Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation 9 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x is equal to 4 to the power of x. So to solve this, I'm going to first start by dividing all my terms by 4 to the power of x. So 4 to the power of x divided by 4 to the power of x is obviously 1. So I get 9 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x minus 6 to the power of x over 4 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So I get 9 over 4 to the power of x minus 6 over 4 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now, 9 over 4 is the same thing as 3 squared over 2 squared. And 6 over 4 is the same thing as 3 over 2. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with x. I'm going to make this as 3 over 2 squared, and now to the power of x. And I have this minus 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. And I can actually switch the places of these two. So I get 3 over 2 to the power of x squared minus 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. Now I'm going to let 3 over 2 to the power of x equal to the variable y. So I get y squared minus y is equal to 1, and if I subtract 1 on both sides, I get y squared minus y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now from here, to solve this, I'm going to use the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. In this case, a is 1, b is negative 1, and c is negative 1. So I get y is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1, all over 2 times 1. And now I get 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 4 over 2, which is equal to 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So now that I have the value of y, remember we're solving for x, not y, so I'm going to bring this back in. 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to y, so now I get two equations. I have 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, and 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. So now to solve this, I'm going to take the log on both sides, so I get log 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to log of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And now because I use the log, I can move this to the front, so I get x times log of 3 over 2 is equal to log of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. Now if I divide both sides by log 3 over 2, I get x is equal to log of 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2 over log 3 over 2. And this is the same thing for this, except it's going to be log of 1 minus square root of 5 over 2 over log 3 over 2.